Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind meditation. Welcome to a Sunday morning. On a Sunday morning, we always have a quiet meditation. We come together into this space to just experience silence together. But of course, even a Sunday morning silent meditation also starts with a message from some really inspiring teachers. Tracy, very good morning. Hello, Sunday, good morning. Charlene, a very good morning. Happy Sunday to all of you. Today's journey starts with a thought from Jiddu Krishnamurti. He says, "The ability to observe without evaluating is the highest form of intelligence." Our ability to just observe without evaluating is the highest form of human intelligence. Have you ever paused to reflect how quickly we judge? Not just others, but ourselves, events, and even fleeting thoughts. This innate compulsion to label things as right or wrong is so deeply ingrained in our human nature that we seldom recognize the immense disservice it does to our personal growth and freedom. Anthony, good evening. It's great seeing you, man. Hello. Here are a few more thoughts on judgment. Wayne Dyer says, "When you judge another, you do not define them, you define yourself." Don Miguel Ruiz says, "When someone judges you, it's actually not about you. It's about them and their own insecurities and limitations and needs." Marsha, very good morning. Hello, great seeing you. The compulsion to instantly evaluate, judge, criticize, or otherwise place things or people into a well-defined box is such an inherent human survival trait that we don't even realize that over time we've created these patterns of evaluation to take over the job of judging things. You see, it's not just that we judge, it's that we have well-formed patterns of judgment. And that means that our program has already decided what our judgment will be before the event has even occurred. In this way, our compulsion to evaluate everything has robbed us of actual freedom of choice. Because now whatever happens to you, the decision that you will make is already predetermined. You have given control of your life to a program that prevents you from experiencing any more of life than what your survival patterns will allow. Wayne Dyer says, "Judgments prevent us from seeing the good that lies beyond appearances." And Joy Marino says, "Every time you judge someone, you reveal a part of yourself in need of healing." How do we escape this trap and regain actual freedom of choice? Stop judging everything, anything, everyone, anyone, and practice to just observe. See it only for what it is. This pattern of judgment, just like all our other patterns, can be softened in baby steps. And the simplest way I've found of doing this is to join us in meditation and pay attention to your own thoughts and emotions. Are you able to observe your own thinking and feeling without evaluating the thoughts that come to mind? Without judging these thoughts as right or wrong or good or bad? If you're able to observe and simply see a human brain producing human thoughts, you've not only achieved the highest form of intelligence, as Krishnamurti says, but also freedom, and more specifically, freedom of choice. Because now, when you do have to make a decision about something, when you are standing in front of a choice, in the absence of an old pattern judging something as good or bad, now you will have the opportunity to exercise real free will, because you have broken free of that compulsion. Today's meditation, of course, is a quiet one, and this is exactly why we're doing this practice, is to just be quiet and observe what rises in you. And that includes all the distracting thoughts that feel like they prevent you from having a quiet meditation. Even those distracting thoughts should not be judged. They should rather be smiled about, like this busy human brain that just won't stop. Okay, let me try again. I'll take another big breath and I'll try again to put those thoughts down and just watch them drift by. That is the practice that teaches us not to instantly judge everything. Annalie, a very good morning. It's great seeing you. Hello. Right, if you're ready, let's go there. Let's embrace this practice. Watch your busy mind. Smile kindly at your busy mind. Take another big breath and try and soften to that space that can hold both again and again. If you're ready, you can close your eyes and let's float away together, starting with the first few big breaths. Let's take a deep breath in and out. A deep breath in and out. A deep inhale and let it go. Deep breath in and out. One more big breath in and let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up your belly with air, also raise yourself up. As you breathe in, stretch out your spine, lift the top of your head toward the ceiling. And just after you've reached your full height, then again, let all of it go. As you exhale, soften. With every exhale, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders, and even drop your head. Your job is, as today's message suggests, your job is not to try and create this quiet mind, but to try and take a step away from the quiet mind. To recognize as you observe just a human brain thinking human thoughts and practicing not judging this human brain for the human thoughts it thinks, but just realizing when you're getting tangled with these thoughts again. And when you do, in order to help you take a step away from the thoughts, bring your attention to your breath. Bring your attention to the sensation of your body softening with every exhale. And the longer you can keep your focus on the rise and the fall of your breath, the less you'll be caught up in thought and the compulsion of thinking. But more importantly, can you recognize when you're caught in the compulsion of judging? And more than not having thought, can you just stop judging the thought? Continue your own full body breathing, and I'll check in with you at the end of this phase. Use the last few breaths of this phase to help this body stretch and move and settle down. Roll out your neck muscles. Roll out your shoulder muscles and stretch into your back muscles. Having softened our bodies into a state of presence, or at least becoming as present as we possibly can be right now, we can now turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. With every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. Let's practice the first few breaths together. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow, softening exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel into your body. Feel how softness slips into your body and how softness settles in every part of your body. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you do, feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs, and as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. Hold your breath, but hold it only for as long as it feels easy, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. So just before we start this breath holding portion, as per the message from Krishnamurti this morning, if it's not possible, and it really might not be, if it's not possible for your brain to think no thoughts, then the practice is to not judge the thoughts. Can you return to your breath hold again and again while you smile at this human brain and its incessant thinking? And perhaps you'll find yourself, in the absence of judgment, slipping deeper than the thoughts. It's like slipping below the surface of the pool's water, where you're still aware of all the humans walking around the pool and talking, and you can hear them and kind of see them, but you're certainly in a quieter place. We don't get there while we're stuck in judgment and evaluation. Enjoy the breath holding portion. You can take as many easy breaths as you need in between, but bring yourself back to your breath hold again and again. I'll check in with you at the end of this phase. Take your next big breath. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, slipping out of the breath holding space and into the next. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel how softness slips in and settles in every fiber of your being. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back or even lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. I'll read to you one more time these few thoughts on judgment. Jiddu Krishnamurti said, the ability to observe without evaluating, this is the highest form of intelligence. Wayne Dyer says, when you judge another, you define yourself, not them. Don Miguel Ruiz says, when someone judges you, it's not actually about you. It's about them and their own insecurities, limitations, and needs. Wayne Dyer said, judgments prevent us from seeing the good that lies beyond appearances. And Joy Marino says, every time you judge someone, you reveal a part of yourself in need of healing. The compulsion to instantly evaluate, judge, and criticize, or otherwise place things or people into a well-defined box is such an inherent human survival trait that we don't even realize that over time we have created these patterns of evaluation that take over the job of judging things. You see, it's not just that we judge. It's that we have well-formed patterns of judgment. That means our program has already decided what our judgment will be before the event has even occurred. That means our experience becomes limited. Our patterns, our programming allows us to be open only to what our sense of survival has become comfortable with. And the way we slowly, with baby steps, soften this old programming is by taking a step back and being the observer of ourselves first. Noticing the incessant thinking that this brain comes up with. And the first thing we should practice judging less is this human brain doing its human thing. Can we look at it with amusement? Can we look at our own humanness and smile? Of course, there are things that we need to make decisions about. But when we stand in front of a decision, do we want that decision to be pre-programmed? To just have an old pattern automatically make the decision for us? Or do we want to stand in our wisdom and exercise free will? We have a few more minutes of silence left. Take a look at this human and see if you're able to put the judgment down completely. I'll check in with you at the end of this phase. Can you look at your humanness with kindness? Can you look at your humanness and smile? Can you step into your soul that is able to look at your human experience with at least a measure of amusement? If you can, then quite possibly you can stand before any decision without a pre-programmed pattern making the decision for you, but encounter every decision from the level of your soul, letting wisdom decide. We have the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you for this silent space. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning how to find that place from where I can look at my human experience with amusement. especially this human brain thinking its incessant thoughts. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning how when we have real acceptance, real compassion for all of these busy thoughts. Thank you for learning how that acceptance makes it easier to slip into a quieter place, the place below the thinking. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for getting better at not letting an old program on autopilot pre-plan all my decisions for me. Getting better at not succumbing to the judgment, the evaluation that my ego wants to hold on to. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. Thank you for sharing a little bit of your silence with us. Eva, very good morning. It's awesome seeing you slip into this space along with us. Linda, very good morning. It's great seeing you. Happy Sunday. Thank you, Charlene. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Marsha. Thank you, Sunmary. Thank you, Annalie. Thank you, Tracy. Wishing you a beautiful Sunday. May that quiet space become easier and easier to slip into. But the reminder is, we only find that easier when the acceptance we have for the human part comes easier too. Have a beautiful day. See you soon. Ciao, ciao.